Welcome to Put Paradise, where we help options traders maximize income using put credit spreads. Our mission is to help you transform your life by simplifying the way you trade. Download my free guide called the Put Path Options Trading System, which is a checklist that outlines our trading methodology. All right, this week we're going to get into asking yourself the question, could you survive the next Black Swan event? So if you're not familiar with the Black Swan event, it is a major down move in the stock market. And these only happen very infrequently, only 6 in the last 100 and some odd years since the stock market's been in existence. But when they happen, they're violent, they're unexpected, and they can potentially wipe out your account. No one knows when the next Black Swan event will happen, but we do know that when it does happen, correlations are going to break, volatility will explode, liquidity will disappear, and traders who are overleveraged often will get wiped out permanently. So we have diversification across our 12 underlyings, but diversification does not guarantee safety. In fact, stock-based underlyings are going to probably all result in max loss potential for your account. And even the non-stock based, they're going to buffer to a certain extent, but when liquidity dries up, everything becomes correlated, and you can actually lose in gold, TLT, USO, IYR, and IBIT. Now, VIX is probably going to be okay, but that may be your only saving grace. If we do have a true systemic shock occurring overnight, almost all positions that you have on at the time would be in trouble. Now, if dozens of these spreads simultaneously move against you towards max loss, you're going to have an opportunity to lose everything that's on the table. So we have to make sure that we are exiting at the intended 200% stop loss. Hopefully there'll be some indication beforehand that these trades are going to potentially have a down move of 10% or more so that we can get out ahead of time. But that self-imposed stop loss of 200% does not guarantee that you're going to be able to get out, particularly if there's an overnight gap or a gap at the open of the market. Losses could potentially exceed 60 or 70% or more of your account. Now, 24-hour trading could potentially help during the next Black Swan event. We would be able to potentially trade out of NDX, SPX, and RUT. However, it's not going to be clear that a Black Swan event is happening. It's not obvious. Only in hindsight will you be able to tell that you're in the midst of this storm. You won't see it coming. One saving grace is that the theoretical maximum loss for all of your positions is probably not going to be actually realized during a Black Swan event. And the reason why is because there's going to be a lot of volatility that's going on. Intuitively, if your long put gets breached, you're thinking that the spread instantly becomes max loss, but that is not how option pricing actually works. Due to the volatility, the long put's going to accelerate upward in value almost as aggressively as the short put. So the long put is going to help you contain the expansion of your losses, particularly when the trade has significant DTE remaining. Now, the ones that are closer to expiration is not going to help you that much. If you have any degree of days to expiration remaining in the trade, you're going to be okay to a certain extent in buffering the max loss. The reason why is because both the short leg and the long leg experience massive volatility expansion. So the long protected put begins gaining value as implied volatility explodes higher, which is going to offer some degree of protection. So what can we do to prepare? Ultimately, there's no way to completely buffer against this kind of storm, but you can diversify your positions. You follow the put path methodology. You close at 200% stop loss self-imposed rule. You use the laddering approach, which is going to help you with your time diversification so that you don't get max loss on all of your positions. And then hopefully we all live to fight another day.